So the first topic is your favorite game.
Oh gosh, okay.
So
ask this on stage at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
so
all the time.
Ed, if you had to think back and look back of all your life of gaming and everything like that, what would be the game that you would always go back to with a big smile on your face?
That would be, for me, Orphan, the Scion of Sorcery, which was a PlayStation 2 launch title and still to this day is one of my favourite games of all time. And the big upside for me about this game is it hasn't aged amazingly well, but it's got a lot of anime sorcery styles to it, which those two things instantly, especially when I'm a kid, those were fantastic. But the game has insane replay value because you basically, the plot is you're getting on a ship to go to a place called Arven Rama. And then it turns out your ship was never going to Arven Rama, it was going to Chaos Island. And so you end up, while you're on the ship, you end up with your companions, you end up finding one of 3 people, and you go with them to Chaos Island. Like when you all maroon, you end up with them. And the game encourages you, because it's all about time travel. When you get to the end of each storyline, it teleports you back to the start of the game. And then, but you've got everything, it's like a new game plus. But then you go and you follow a different character. And each one of those is a totally, vastly different game. It's not a bit like, you know, Mario Galaxy, for instance, or Mario 64, where it's different worlds, but you're like, it's just the same thing. I'm just jumping up, down. Like, they are so different. The mechanics are different. The things you have to do are totally different. It's really, really good in that regard. The battle system's very unique and slightly weird, and also hasn't aged amazingly well because it's kind of turn-based, but kind of not. It's a bit like Chrono Trigger in a way, but sort of not as well. It's hard to explain, but I really, really enjoyed it. So that for me would probably be the game that I'd pick. I just think it's really, really good fun.
That was on the PlayStation 2?
It was on PlayStation 2. It was one of the launch titles.
You know what? I've never heard of that one. I'm going to have to check it out.
No, it is quite an unusual game. Not many people know it. In fact, there's a member of our community called Castaroth, and they came into the community because I think they saw my comment on an Orphan speed run, and it was me commenting going, by the way, no one on the internet knows about this game, just keep doing what you're doing. And they saw that comment or something and went, an Orphan fan, great, and then found that I was doing videos and then joined the Discord and stuff, and so we became soulmates and things like
That's
that.
so good.
Oh, I love it.
So same question over to Luke. Now, what's the game that brings back great memories for you, and you're one that you would always go back to?
I mean, James and mine answers are always pretty similar to each other's, but it's weird because mine's not a co-op game. The one on about, mine's Dead Rising, the first one on Xbox 360. Only because, I mean, like, there's loads of games I love to bits, but that one really made me really excited for it because I was like having dreams about playing it and stuff before, and then imagining myself in that situation, which is obviously, if you've not played it, which some people I guess wouldn't have, you're just a guy trapped in a shopping mall filled to the brim with zombies, and you use anything that is near you to fight them off, which is brilliant. And when it came out, obviously there was no other games like that where you could just walk around a shopping mall, and obviously that idea to me was like, that could happen in real life, you know. And at that age when it came out, I was super like in my own mind and stuff, and it helped me when I went to Blue Water, which is near where I live. It's the closest thing to that mall that exists. And when I walked in, I was just like, oh my god, I'm in
I
the
know
game.
what to grab.
I'm in the game, yeah. I'm like, but the problem is we're in England, so there's no weapons shops in England, so we'd just be totally screwed. But it made it more fun because then you're like, oh, what would I actually do? So anyway, yeah. That's why I loved it more. It just captured my imagination quite well, and I'm a big fan of zombies and stuff. Me and Jim both are, but
yeah,
I know our answers are very similar, so I try and always pick something different to what Jim says. But I think I might know what Jim says. So
yeah, I think you do. I mean, yeah, you probably do.
So yeah, that's mine. I mean, I've got loads. I could say loads of.
That's the problem. I think that's the hardest thing, is trying to
There's
narrow
no
one down. And like when I was thinking about this today, I narrowed it down to like 2, and I think I know which one I'm going to go for. But go on, Jim. Over to you.
Okay.
Choice?
So my first one is actually Dead Rising, but obviously I will go with like my shared first, which is BioShock.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That game for me is just incredible. It's absolutely amazing. Like, I love the story behind it. I love the atmosphere. Like, I've never played a game where the atmosphere in a game is so good. Like, when you go down into Rapture for the first time, when you start exploring it, it is just breathtaking. It's so, I don't know, it's just there's just something about a city under the sea that is just infinitely amazing to me, and it's done in such, and I love the 1950s kind of style as well. I love it. I love like the you know, I really enjoyed like the dress style, the sense of fashion, just the way of life and how it was. When you mix that with kind of like bit futuristic, but it stays 1950s, you get Bioshock, and it is just phenomenal. The music, the setting, just the whole story, the characters, the gameplay. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I still remember when me and Luke downloaded the demo, we were at his house. I think we must have been about like 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And the demo had just been announced, so we were like, oh my God. So we were downloading it. As the game is downloading, I go into MSN and have this full-blown argument with my ex-girlfriend, which makes me so goddamn angry. And I was in such a bad mood. And Luke was just like, Jim, it's finished downloading, and I'm going to let you play it first. And I was like,
yeah.
And then I just sat
there solidified our friendship.
Yeah,
I think, when
I let that
you just played the controller first.
And I sat and played that demo, and I think we literally played that demo all night, and it was just
all
over and over and over and over, and oh my God! And just when that game finally came out, I played it so much, and I've completed that game no less than maybe 15 to 20 times. Like, I've bought it so many different times, and I just love it. I can play for it now if I wanted to. I love it.
I have to admit, I put my hand on my heart. I've never played any of the Bioshocks. Never played them.
I only got one recently because they remastered it.
Yeah, Bioshock Infinite for me was a bit. I didn't get the same feeling with that. Well, that's because I loved the Bioshock 1 and 2 because of the setting. Bioshock 2 is one of the. It's very rare that you get a sequel that is just as good as the first. And Bioshock 2 goes in such a different. It stays in Rapture and everything like that, but it goes in such a different direction that it was just as good as the first one.
The Mental Patient 15 on Twitch says, I'm currently playing through the Bioshock collection on PS4, having a great time.
It's
I think
amazing.
I need to go through it myself, because I do have the collection on PS4. I just never got round to actually playing.
Dude,
so
honestly, you need to.
I've just bought Infinite on Steam for like a $5. So
trust me when I say you need to play that.
Cool. You get to go to Rapture in.
I will live stream it. My first experience.
Oh, absolutely! I've live streamed it before, and do it, dude. Honestly.
Cool. Now it goes about that. It's one of those sort of games where you keep seeing it, and I'm like, I need to get around to playing that. And just years and years have gone on, and obviously then they did the collection, and then it's like, and I think they gave it away. Did they give it away on PlayStation Plus? I can't remember. Either that was like really cheap.
At some point, yeah.
Either that was really cheap on PSN or something like that when I picked it up, and again, it's just been sat there, and I just haven't got round to even uploading it. So my choices, like I said, I narrowed it down to 2 games, and like one of them's kind of a bit like obvious, which I think a lot of people may go for, and that's what I'm going to go for in the end. And that was Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1.
Nice one.
It was I remember like getting the demo. I still got the original demo on when you used to get demo discs on the Play magazine, I think, and there was loads of crap on it, and then there was just a thing called Metal Gear Solid, and I was like, what the hell is that? Sounds like a mech game. So anyway, I tried it, obviously experienced the demo, and I just fell in love with it, and I was waiting for the release date, and I can't remember how old I was. I think I might have been 11. So obviously a lot younger than what the age rating was, but never mind. And I remember, like, I was just trying to save as much money up for it, so it was 40 quid from Woolworths back when that was open.
Woolworths, wow.
And I remember I creosoted all the garden fences at my parents' because I wanted to earn as much money as I could to be able to afford it. Still didn't have enough money, then convinced my brother to give me 20 quid towards it, and then went down to Woolworths, purchased it, and just literally, it took over my life. And it sort of made me realize that video games could be not just cartoony and a kids game. It was something. This was like a 3D movie. It was just unbelievable. Like the first time I've experienced 3D really within PlayStation as well. And the storytelling and the film aspect of it was just like, this is amazing. This is nothing like I've ever played before, and it just blew me away. And I can't actually tell you how many times I'd played it, and you would also unlock the theater mode as well, where you could actually just watch all the cinematics back, and they would just play like a film.
Nice.
And I would just sit there and just watch that while I was doing homework, and it was amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. And that was the game that I'd say solidified me as being a video game fan. And I was like, this is going to be the rest of my life. And then Metal Gear Solid 2 came out on the PlayStation 2, and the funny story about that is that when my friend bought a PS2 and he got Metal Gear Solid 2 with it, we couldn't afford a memory card. So, so it was like £35 for a memory card for the PlayStation 2, and so we started playing it, and that was about 9 o'clock in the morning, something like 10 o'clock, and we kept playing and kept playing and kept playing and kept playing. I had then to leave to go home, and he then played it all the way through the night and managed to complete it in one sitting.
Jesus.
And back then, that was like, holy shit, you completed Metal Gear Solid 2. So that was great. It's one of the amazing franchises of all time, and that just sort of kicked it off with me. My second choice was going to be Resident Evil 2, which is getting a remake in January. Resident Evil 2 remake. It looks gory as fuck.
It looks really
good. It's going to terrify the hell out of me. I did a recent live stream of PT. Thanks, Luke.
No worries.
I literally didn't have that. Yana jumped in the chat actually on Twitch when I was live streaming, and she said, I can't actually sit here and watch it. She said it's too much. I'm getting scared.
That's why I wasn't there. I was like, I'm not going to suggest this and then watch it. I can't do that.
I had to stop half an hour, and because I was literally getting like heart palpitations, and had to move on to Alien Isolation because I was just like,
oh my God.
That's a little bit steadier horror. But
I was going to say that's not much of a change.
Yeah, let's tone it down.
To be honest, after playing PT, it was nothing. It was like, this is just a walk in the park. This is great.
I can't believe that game never got made. I cannot believe that.
Gutting, isn't it? It's
yeah.
so good.
I would definitely play through it if it got released. Like, I definitely would.
I can't believe that Konami don't just release it as a thing. It's like, here's PT. Have it.
Maybe they will. Maybe they're sitting on it.
No. It's because there's loads of problems with Hideo Kojima.
Yeah. Who they ejected from Konami, didn't they?
What idiots.